Okay, so this video is rather long overdue. I had this scroll saw from quote unquote new, but new meant it had been in the box in the back of the workshop for about 10 years. So I should have really done some checks on it before I started using it, but I didn't. I read the instructions and they said I should, but I didn't. And I should have been servicing it every, I think, 50 hours. And I think I did that in the first month. So it hasn't had a service in near enough 8 or 9 years. 8 or 9 months. So well overdue. So first things first, it is unplugged. I ain't that stupid. Right. So I don't think there are any loose parts sitting in there, but I don't know. So what I'm going to do, taking off the side plate, which I normally have off when I'm working on it or using it anyway, and I kidnapped the Hoover from indoors, and I've got a crevice type tool on it, and I don't know if there are any small parts that may get lost into the crevice, so I've got an elastic band I'm just putting around the head here, and a sock. So just going to pull the sock over the head of the crevice tool, so this way should still suck, but anything, I think everything really, is going to get caught in the sock. So hopefully that should make it less likely that I'm going to lose some important part into the machine and then have to go searching for it. Okay, so I was going to unscrew the back plate here, but it looks like it's actually attached to the motor, so I'm not going to move that. But what I have done is taken off the cover on the arm here. Got rid of all the spiders that were hiding up there, and in the process of so doing, I found out that the sucker thingy, or the blower attachment, so this little pipe attaches up here, and this little rubber bellowsy type thing sits on top of the arm, and as that moves up and down, that pumps air in. But it's completely perished. It's gone. It's split all over the place. So I'm going to have to find somehow a replacement part for that. So that's going to be an interesting look. I can't find it in the manual, so a little bit of eBay and some googling I think is required. Anyway, I've dusted out pretty much all of the dust that was in there, or hoovered out even. I'm going to transfer this from my padded cushion onto the old pillowcase that I've been using to cover the surface, just because I want to make a new cushion really. Oh, hello. There's a whole load of dust under there. Right, so I'll get this centered on the fabric. And let's tip all that into the bin. So this is the original cushion I made, and it's worked fine except where I put eyelets in to reinforce the holes for the stability pins here. They just scraped. I've got scratches up and down the table from wherever I've moved it, so this needs to be revised. So I'll put this to one side, and that's going to be a project for the winter. So that out of the way. Right. So the manual suggests using paste wax on the table on a regular basis, which I haven't done, even though I've got some. So that's what I'm going to do next, and then I'm going to get onto the oiling. So start with some paste wax. This stuff comes in very handy for near enough everything. So whatever base wax you use, it doesn't matter. It's just kind of lubricating the surface and also cleaning off this dust that wouldn't go anywhere. So you can, if you really want to use a wash on this, use wipes or something, but I don't really want to be adding water to it before it goes into storage, because I don't know how damp storage is going to be. So I want to protect it rather than encourage anything else to happen. So I'll give this a good liberal layer on here and wipe it down a bit, but not a lot really, because I really want it to sit in the surface of the table here, so that it's lubricated for future use as well as being protected for now. It can get quite damp down here. Decent layer on here, and I've got some SAE 20 oil on order, which is what the manual says I need to be using on this. So when that comes, I will show you how to oil this thing. I suppose, or I expect that other skull saws have different ways of servicing, but it's going to be more or less the same sort of thing. Clean it off, oil, or inspect and then oil, and then, as this is going to be probably in storage until at least the spring, make sure it's protected from the elements. So, fairly liberal layer sitting on there. Okay, so internet searching has come through and I found something that looks pretty much like that, but it's only available in America, and the price for this is a £5. Price of postage is £15. So I'm going to keep looking. And I mean no rush, because this is going to go away until the spring anyway, but aggravating not to be able to find what I'm looking for, because the company that made this has gone out of business. So yeah, right. But eBay has come through and I have some SAE 20 oil to lubricate the inside of the machine here. So what I'm going to do is put some kitchen oil down on the surface here and just tip this over. Like that. Pretty much as suggested. So I think I'm going to move that kitchen oil this way a little bit, because I think it's going to come this way. Let's move the side out of the way. Right, so this, oh, you can't see it. There's this little hole here where the instructions say to put some oil. So I've got my oil and I've got a pipette. I've got no idea how much I need to use, so I'm going to be fairly generous and expect a decent amount of it to come out on the paper here. So here it goes. I'm only going to make a small hole here because I don't really want to flood the world with oil. So I'm just going to drop this in. Seems to have filled up the hole. Now the instructions say to leave this for 24 hours, so that's what I'm going to do. And then you've got to turn it over and flip in the other side, so I'll come back to you for that bit. Okay, so this is sat for about 30 hours and it doesn't seem like the oil's gone down any. Now I'm That's the only place that it could go, according to the instructions. Yeah, the instructions say in there, and that looks kind of like in there to me. So I don't know. So what I'm going to do is going to use my pipette to remove some of the oil that's left in here so it doesn't drip everywhere. And then turn this over onto the other side. Get your oil down again and oil it over in this direction. Now that looks like nothing at all. There's barely even a divot on this side. So, I'm going to use what's left over in the pipette just to fill this hole here. It's really leaky. Not so much that it goes all over the place. Take off the excess there. Back down on this side. So, got to leave that for another 24 hours and see what happens. Whilst it's here, I'm going to discuss my little tension adjusting knob here. Now I don't know how well this is going to come out on camera, but I've actually got a safety pin through the back of the knob here, because there should be a metal pin that goes into the screw, and that seems to have disappeared. So as a stopgap measure, that's doing the job. I've got to see about getting some sort of replacement for that that's slightly more permanent and more stable, because this pin is already started to bend. So that's something else to think about whilst this is put away. So that's all I can do for now, and I'll come back to it tomorrow for the final kind of wipe down, packing up and putting it to sleep for the winter. Okay, so this has had oil into both sides of where the instructions say it's supposed to be. It didn't go in on one side, but it did on the other, so I doubled up on the other side, so hopefully that's oiled it enough. I gave the table a coat of paste wax, and I've given it another coat and not wiped it off, so I'm just going to cover it with some bubble wrap, and hopefully that will help to protect the surface, because there was a level of rust on there already, and I want to kind of cover that up. So what I'm going to do now is get this packed so I can put it into storage. As I'm saying into storage, it's going to stay on the table, but it's going to be covered up and protected for the next couple of months. So I've got some food wrap, cling film, whatever you want to call it. So I'm just going to wrap this round a couple of times. Hopefully that will help this to stay dry. And stop any dust from gathering. And yes, I'm wearing a poncho made of a blanket with a hole cut in it, because I've got the door open for some light and it's bloody cold in here. So that should be enough just to hold everything in. Tuck that around like that. I've got all my tools and whatnot on the other side, and it sits just behind where the motor is there. And I'll cover this with my pillowcase. So tuck that in. I'm going to probably put some tape on there just to hold it if it doesn't. Oh no, it seems to be holding on. So that is now going to slide neatly to the back of the desk and wait until the weather improves and I can sit down here without a poncho on.